YouTube channel. I am the Ink Northerner, and this is my PlayStation 3 stroke PlayStation 1 collection. Now I'm contemplating splitting this into two videos. It just depends on how far it will go. I'll let you know if I'm going to split it into two. So without further ado, I'm going to do this pretty much semi-blind, so apologies if I have to read things, etc. But first game we have is a game that I've played quite a bit of on my Xbox 360, and that is LA Noire. Now it's complete in box. What needs to be said about LA Noire? It's a Rockstar game. You play a detective in the 1920s, I want to say, in LA. And there's a whole system around it. It's a decent game. I wouldn't say no, anything. I wouldn't, be disparaging about it. Moving swiftly on, we have Infamous 2. Now, I had PlayStation back. I had PS3 back ages ago. I think when it was it Lizard Squad were taking down PSN. I had a PlayStation at that time, and I actually got the first Infamous for free as part of Sony sort of apologising, I believe, for allowing the Lizard Squad, I think it was, for taking down the PSN network. And I then bought two, both great games, great, amazing games that have sort of RPG style elements plus action elements. You play Cole, and you sort of evolve your character, and you build your levels up of your character. A game series that I admittedly need to play a bit more of. That is the Uncharted series. Now, I've played the first two. This is Uncharted 3. I played the first two. They were one of the first sort of series of games that I played on the PS2. I enjoyed them. I've just not quite got into it. They are essentially what Tomb Raider, when Tomb Raider came out, should have been. Very good action sort of puzzlers, and very, very funny the way Nathan Drake sort of interacts with you as the audience as you're watching him do things. Again, Uncharted 2 and Uncharted. It's a series that I've got. I own Uncharted 4 on my PlayStation as well. I think it might be a digital copy, but I do own it. Not big into my driving games. Now, I do remember playing the originals of these when they were first out, and that is the Gran Turismo series. So I have GTA 5, Gran Turismo 5. I've not played it. I've not played any of the newer Gran Turismos. I can't really say much about them. Same with this, really. It's a Bethesda game, so chances are it'll soon be Xbox exclusive, and that is Brink. Now, I've got it on the 360. I think I've played a couple of minutes, but nothing major. I can't say much about it, I'm afraid. And speaking of Infamous, there's the first Infamous. If you've not played the Infamous games, I would highly recommend them. They are good games. I really enjoyed them. And then I got this when I bought the PlayStation off my mate, and that is Guitar Hero Live. Now, somewhere in the background, I have the guitar for it. It's pretty dusty because I've not used it for quite a while, but this is the guitar that goes with it. Apologies about the light. So yeah, but what needs to be said about the Guitar Hero series is if you play a guitar, you listen to rock songs, it's great. much as I said in my PSP/Vita episode, a series of games that I really need to start getting into is the Disgaea series. I believe the fifth one is due out soon. It may well be coming to Game Pass. I'm not 100% sure. Can't remember whether I've seen someone saying it was coming to Game Pass or not. Now, a series that needs no introduction, especially not from myself, that is the Assassin's Creed series. So this is Assassin's Creed 3. I believe this is largely seen as one of the weaker games. Now, I really enjoyed it. I did. I thought it was quite interesting. It was a good step away from the Desmond sort of style of things. Again, another one of those series of games that you need no introduction to. That is the Battlefield game. I must admit, I was always a Call of Duty person. I played Battlefield, but I much prefer Call of Duty. Battlefield was much sort of larger maps and more less fast paced than Call of Duty. And then moving on, we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Again, another one of those series that doesn't need much saying about it. I've always been an Xbox gamer, so I had that on my 360. Played a lot of multiplayer on it. Played the campaign. The Call of Duty games are good, but the later ones in the series, as we'll move on, do I rate them? Not so much. Now, I had this recommended to me years ago when this first came out, and I didn't get it. I didn't play it. Still not played it, to be fair. But it's supposed to be an immense game. Very, very on the sort of Last of Us style type level in terms of blockbusterness. Not that that's a word. Now, I watched the TV show. The TV show was great for so long, and then it went to rack and ruin. Lost, that is. The show was good, but much like other TV shows, it got to the stage where it had seen its better days, and they just continued it, and there was no need for it. No, not much about this. No more about 50 Cent than this. It's got a unique soundtrack apparently that's exclusive to it. I know there was the original one on the original Xbox and PS2. I got this on recommendation from somebody on YouTube. I think it might have been Metal Jesus. I'm not 100% sure. It could have been Reggie. Not 100% sure, but somebody on YouTube recommended it. So I picked it up. I've not had a chance to play it yet. Then we have Rise of the Silver Surfer. Film, atrocious, in my opinion. Comics, I haven't really read the comics, but from my understanding is the comic is supposed to be an amazing comic to listen to. To listen to. Funny you don't listen to comics. To read. And then we move on to Crisis 2. Again, it's another series of games that bypassed me. I don't know why. There must have been something came out at the same time that the Crisis series is sort of out. Maybe Assassin's Creed or something like that. It's complete in box. I don't know much about it. I aim to get back to it, into it. Now again, that I think is very, very underrated, and a lot of people should be playing this. And I hope with Microsoft owning the studio that we can somehow get to a sequel of it, and that is Brutal Legend. I mean, Jack Black is a legend, in my opinion. and it's a great game. The whole idea being the whole idea of Jack Black being in sort of hell and the apocalypse. Yeah, I just find it fantastic. And moving on to the next game, we have Assassin's Creed 2. As I said in a previous video, Assassin's Creed 2 is the first in the series that I actually played. I had it on 360. I played the hell out of it. Thought it was amazing. Then bought Assassin's Creed 1. Assassin's Creed 1 disappointed me after that because it wasn't as fluid. It was a lot slower. I like the Assassin's Creed series. There's not very many of them that I've not played or not completed. I think I've been playing Liberation HD recently, so I think I'm missing playing one game. I'm not 100% sure which one it is. Great series of games. Glad Ubisoft has seen sense and aren't releasing one every year now. Looking forward to Valhalla on the Series X, which I've pre-ordered. And very much looking forward to the next generation of gaming in that sense. And then moving on again, we have another series of games which was pretty interesting to play, the Far Cry series. So, do I know much about Far Cry before Far Cry 3? Not really. I seem to be more of a collector than a gamer, the way I keep talking about things. Far Cry 3 was where I entered that series of games. I found it very good to play, but became very, very samey, and as has gone on with the series. I picked this up in a charity shop. This is the Steelbox edition of Batman Arkham City. I have for the 360, I have the limited edition which comes with a big statue of Batman holding the Joker. It's up there on a shelf. These shelves up here. There's a lot of stuff in front of it, otherwise I'll bring it down and show everybody. Great series of games, excellent games. Arkham Knight was a good game. It got knocked to hell, but I enjoyed it as well. Too much tank combat involved, but still good game nonetheless. Then Mercenaries 2, again a series I know not much about. I remember playing an original Mercenaries maybe on PlayStation 1, but know nothing really much about it. Another one of these pickups that I got from probably Metal Jesus recommendation. I don't do racing games that often, but when somebody who is as knowledgeable on the kind of genres as Metal Jesus is suggests it, I tend to have a look. I'll probably get into some of these at some point, but no idea when. So, now my sort of one of my closet passions, that is wrestling. I'm not a big TNA fan. I don't really know much about TNA. Didn't see much of it. Ironically, the 3 people on the cover, and 4 out of the 5 people on the back cover are actually contracted to WWE. But yeah, it's not complete in box. It's disc only. I haven't had a chance to play it, but TNA, it's got some iconic wrestlers in it, so I'll give it a go. And then again, another game that I think I've picked up because of a suggestion by somebody like Metal Jesus, or even probably Gemma from Jebs 24/7, is The Bureau, XCOM Declassified. Looks like a decent game, just not had a chance to get in and get played on some of these games. Split this pile in half and then carry on. As I said in my Sony handheld, Little Big Planet, if you want a Sony console that Little Big Planet was out for, you've got to own a copy of Little Big Planet. Another one of these games that I got as part of Sony's apology, I believe, digitally. I have no idea why Sony needed to apologise for it. Those little idiots that should never have taken it down. It was at Christmas time, I think, and it wasn't the greatest. Dark Void, again, not something I know much about. Believe I've picked it up as a lot of these will be pickups from suggestions that people have given me. Because I've not really played much on my PlayStation 3. On my PlayStation 4, surprisingly. As I say, I'm a self-confessed Xbox gamer. Started with the original and then I've moved on to 360 and Xbox One and now I've pre-ordered the X. We have Wet. Know nothing about it. Become Ruby Malone, a gun for hire equipped with an arsenal of acrobatic moves, over the top sword skills. I've seen videos of it. It looks interesting. I'm happy to give it a go. Now, this is a game I know absolutely nothing about. It's One Piece Pirate Warriors 2. So I think I picked this up from an old retro gaming stall in a market close to me. And I'm pretty sure I picked it up because I went in looking for something like Ni no Kuni and they didn't have it, and this was a suggestion. Now I think it's turn-based combat. I'm not sure. Somebody who's played it, let me know. And we have Killzone 2. Again, another one of them game series I know nothing about. It was PlayStation exclusive. I was an Xbox gamer. I didn't really play it. Now an exclusive game that I have played and played right through. That is The Last of Us. Now I own this and I own the remaster for PlayStation 4. I think I've lent my remaster out to a friend. There's nothing needs to be said about this game. This is a masterpiece of a game. Excellent cinematic game. And we have a series of, I'll put them in order, shall I, of release. So we then have a further series of Call of Duty games. We got World at War, Modern Warfare 2, great for noob tubing. And then we have Black Ops. Black Ops was my favourite Call of Duty game. I want to say average at it, but I was decent enough to be reasonably high level on free for all. On Xbox, I've not played it on PlayStation. Kane and Lynch, again, serious games not played. I've got them for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Football games, I guess I pick them up when I don't own them, and you know they are what they are. I pick them up. If I own them, I own them. If I don't, I pick them up. Lost Planet 2. Now, again, another one of them games, no, not much about. Produced by Capcom. If it comes from Capcom, it must be decent. The start of the Sony exclusives that made things what they were. God of War. I've got the remaster. I didn't have time to play it. I bought it. I've lent it to a friend. I need to get it back to get into it. Again, it came up as a suggestion, I think, on one of the YouTube channels that I follow. Picked it up, not played it. Then we have Sniper. Now, I've not played this, and I've not played this series. I think I got this in a charity shop, but I think I picked it up because I've played the Sniper Elite series and I quite enjoyed that. FIFA Street and FIFA Street 3. Massively disappointed by these. Why? Because I didn't think they were in the same vein as FIFA Street 1 and 2. Now, I loved FIFA Street 1 and 2. In fact, I was playing FIFA Street 1 on my original Xbox a couple of days ago. I love the whole idea of you play a game, you then unlock better, stronger players. I wish FIFA Street 2, the newer ones, would have gone to that level. Again, in the same vein as COD, Battlefield 3, not a Battlefield fan, bought it just because it was part of it. Then we have another Motorstorm game. Chances are this has come as a suggestion from either Metal Jesus or Reggie. It appears as though where I bought it from has given me 2 copies of the manual. I might take one of them to the guys in my local CX who are decent guys and just give them back. I don't think I got it from there, but I'll just give it them anyway. And they, if they can do anything with it, they can do anything with it. We have a series of games that's synonymous with Sony, the Metal Gear series, Metal Gear Solid 4. Not played since 3, I don't think it is. I played 5. I've not played 4. I don't think. But again, it's Metal Gear. You can't really go wrong with Metal Gear. Another turn-based strategy game I think I picked up from my local retro gaming stall a while back now. And I think I picked it up again because I was looking for something. They didn't have what I was looking for, and it was a suggestion from him. If you've got local stalls, local gaming shops close to you that aren't big, like the likes of Game, likes of CX, go and visit them. The guys are very, very knowledgeable in most of those places. Okay, so we're getting down to the last few PS3 games. I might just bash this out. Then again, I might not. I might split the video into 2, as I say. So we have Mortal Kombat. Nothing needs to be said about Mortal Kombat. Amazing fighting series. Has been around for years. Great series. Platinum copy of Little Big Planet 2. Not played 2. Played 1. Played the Vita version. Just not had a go at that. And we have Alpha Protocol. Another game I own, cross series. I've started taking to buying games that I own on 360 and buying on a PS3 as well. Bioshock 2. Own 1 on the 360. Picked this up probably at a charity shop. And again, another good series of games. So we have a couple of Need for Speed games. We have The Run and we have Most Wanted. Again, Need for Speed, arcade racing, no need to say much about it. Preferred the Burnout series. And then back to my old, tired, lovely closet hobby in a wrestling game of WWE 2K12. Can't really say much about it. Randy Orton's the cover artist. It's Randy Orton. So for want of running this into a 40-minute video, I think I will split these into 2. No, let's go for it. I'll run through them at a pace. So I'll move on to the PS1. Tomb Raider 3. Complete in box. It's a Tomb Raider game. Can't really say much more about it. Then we have Tomb Raider Chronicles. Again, it's a Tomb Raider game. I can't say much more than that. Game I've not played. that is Assault. It looks to be very sort of Crackdown-esque, I think, based on the graphics. But who knows? My hidden passion again in wrestling. I did try to play a wrestling game recently on my Xbox. It wasn't good. I'm not sure how PS1 wrestling games will stand out the test of time. We have some Breakpoint Tennis. And a bonus disc of Dave Mirra. That needs to go in where I keep my split discs. Not played it. Can't say much about tennis. Put this in there with the rest of them. FIFA 98, lots of World Cup. Yes, I'm a football fan. Yes, I'm an England fan. I've not played this, but I possibly have when I originally had the PlayStation. Again, G-Police, game I've probably played. Don't really remember it. It's complete in box, 2-disc game. Buster Groove, definitely not played it. It looks like a rhythm game. I'm going to assume it has a decent soundtrack given the list of, given what it's saying that it does. Watched the films. Played the game on my GameCube. It's sort of rail-based shooter, I believe. Pinball game. Haven't played this, I don't believe. Or if I have, it's probably on PC. Just a random pickup from somewhere. But it's a pinball game. Can't go wrong with a pinball game, really. Time Crisis. Again, I own the G-Con. It's in my case of controllers because I don't have a CRT. I've been trying to look for a decent CRT to buy, so I can start playing some of the older retro stuff that I own on the way it should have been held. I mean, I've been playing GameCube stuff on the Wii recently, but it's not like putting it on the GameCube and playing that way. Series of games you don't say much about. You don't really need to say much about even. That's the Crash games, come complete in box with the bonus demos CD. We have Road Rash Jailbreak. Now, having played the original Road Rash, I thought the original Road Rash was great. Hopefully that one will be just as good. And then we have Ridge Racer Type 4. Apologies, I keep looking over this way, but I've got my screen over here and my camera here, and it's pretty off-putting. I'm going to get a bit more smoother with these things, but it's my first go. Then Vagrant Story. So I started playing Vagrant Story, but I don't really remember it. I don't know much about it. It looked good. I think that's why it looked good. I think that's why I picked it up. It's a game that I started playing when my next door neighbour actually got this, along with things like Colin McRae and stuff. That's Tekken 3. There was nothing better than being Eddie Gordo, jumping up on your hands, spin kicking everybody, and just effectively being an arsehole. Then we have Tomb Raider 2. There's not much needs said about the Tomb Raider series. I'm laughing because this is a game I definitely not played. I just picked it up because you never leave PS1 behind. That is Riding Star. I know nothing about it, don't know whether it's any good, couldn't tell you anything about it, whether you should buy it, whether you should play it, but it is what it is. I bought it because I don't leave PlayStation 1 behind. I think this was originally a PC add-on, but given a standalone release on PS1. And that is GTA London. Now it's complete in box, comes with a map and everything. I remember playing it when it first came out. I don't remember much about it though. Just put these on the floor. And we have GTA 2. Not much said about needs to be said about GTA series. It's GTA. I like the top-down style of these. Haven't really gotten into the 3D style of the newer ones. Back to my closet. Love of wrestling. I have SmackDown. Oh, and incidentally, another bonus game of Pandemonium. This might happen every so often where I end up with bonus games in certain places because I like to keep games in cases. It's SmackDown. What do you say about wrestling games? Another one of those fodder games that I just picked up. RC Stunt Copter game I know nothing about. I think this is another game I got in just a random charity shop. It's a Scooby-Doo game. I don't leave PS1 games behind even if I own them. And I found this one and picked it up. Classic series of games, the Rayman series. It's gone off a little bit now, but hopefully it will have a comeback. Very, very good action platformer. Speaking of platformers, we have Spyro 2, Gateway to Glimmer. Again, it's another completing box game. Not 100% sure where I got it from, if I'm honest. I've owned a lot of these games for quite a long time. Another charity shop pickup was Casper, and I got this at the same time. Disney's Hercules. They're just TV film tie-ins. They look to be okay. Can't really say much about them. And then 2 Rugrats games. Now, I'm led to believe that Search for Reptar is a very, very good game. Very, very overlooked game. But I've not had a chance to get in and play it. That'll do. So we are getting close to the end of this video and getting close to the end of the games. A game turns out I bought for $9.99 in HMV. Back when HMV did games, and that was Cyber Tiger. I've played it. I remember playing it. It's a golf game. I don't do normal physical golf, but I don't mind playing golf games. I prefer playing golf games on the Wii, if I'm honest, because you can pretend you're actually swinging your golf clubs. Third in a series, I've just bought the remakes of 1 and 2 actually on Xbox One. But yeah, third in the Tony Hawk series. It's a Tony Hawk's game. Great games, excellent series. Not much needs to be said. And the first in the Spyro series. Again, I've got the Reignited trilogy. My missus loves the Spyro games. I don't really. I played them, but I'm not a mega fan. CNC Red Alert. Now, Command and Conquer Red Alert. I've not played it on my PlayStation. This box is horrendous. Needs fixing. Needs a new one. I've not played it on the PS1. I mainly played Command and Conquer on PC. Still a decent game if you pick it up on PS1. Another film tie-in, Men in Black. Great film. Can't really say much about the game. Not played it. Then we have Metal Gear and the special missions. Now I thought I got a bonus the other day when I looked inside this case, and I looked and it came with this. Now I thought that was actually Silent Hill, but it's not. It's a demo Silent Hill. So I was gutted when I realised that it was a demo. But yeah, what needs to be said about Metal Gear Solid? 1 and 2 were great. I've not really played much of 3. 1 and 2 were great. I've not really played much of 3 and 4. 5 was good, very, very good. You know, Hideo Kojima, the guy's name, Kojima. Excellent director of games. And then another series of games. I will put them in reverse order, actually, because I think this is the order that I would like to play them. If I was going to start, the last one would be for the first game I would play, and I'd move on. So they are actually in order. It's Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 8, and then Final Fantasy 7. Now, I have got Final Fantasy 7 digitally on my Xbox One. I have not played the remake yet. I'm led to believe the remake isn't as good. I've got Final Fantasy 9 Remaster and 8 Remaster as well, digitally on the Xbox. The last 3 games are in parts of there's 2 separate series, but they are games that I think really need to be brought back for newer consoles. The first one being the Legacy of Kain series. Now I have Blood Omen and Soul Reaver. Blood Omen was my first introduction to the Legacy of Kain series. Absolutely loved it. Amazing sort of 3/4 view hack and slash type game with some puzzles involved. It was the more gory Zelda game, if you will. Soul Reaver was more 3D style, but definitely a game series that needs to be brought back. And last but not least, I bought this on eBay. Got it years ago when I had a chipped PlayStation, I think. I bought this off of eBay because this really needs to be brought back. They've brought back the Resident Evil series. They really need to bring back the Dino Crisis series. Who doesn't love horror games which feature dinosaurs? How can you not? But yeah, I really wish they would bring it back. It doesn't look to be on any cards to be being brought back, but I really wish it was. And with that, that's my PS3, PS1 collection. All I can say is thank you for watching. If you feel like you want to subscribe. If you want to share my videos. Feel free to comment, just give me a shout. You know, if there's anything you think I should be looking at, anything you think I should be doing, let me know. And thank you for watching.